So our team story kind of is that we were founded in 2020 during lockdown in university halls in our first year at University of Bristol. Our mission really has been to build rockets and to learn lots whilst we're doing it.
So how's the university?
So University of Bristol is a city uni situated in the southwest of England. I study civil engineering, which in the UK encompasses buildings, bridges, foundations.
And I'm studying Aerospace, which Bristol competes quite nicely with some of the other unis for the sort of top aerospace degree in the country.
In our courses, we have quite a nice blend of hands-on practical unit. So in civil engineering, that looks like field methods. And if you choose to do industry placements in your summers, or if you choose to do a year out, then you get to have some like practical applications. But there is also a lot of learning how to be a safe engineer, sitting in classrooms and crunching the numbers. The city that we are in, Bristol, is a lovely city. The next one up from, if you've got London, is the biggest in the south. Bristol is the up and coming city in the south. It's a really beautiful city to get to live in. We're very lucky to live here.
Yeah, it's also got quite a lot of nice aerospace heritage. So you've got Airbus nearby, and there's photos of the Concorde going over the Bristol Clifton Bridge, as well as Brunel did loads of work here. So Bristol is definitely steeped in heritage from that perspective.
Is the university free, or do you have to pay to go to the university?
In the UK, you do have to pay to go to university. You can get government loans to help you pay for university. In a different way to the rest of Europe, university is quite expensive in the UK. Yes, we do differ from the rest of Europe in that way, but it is accessible for everyone because you can use government loans to help you. And that includes both tuition fees, which you pay to the university in order to pay for your course and pay for the resources that you're using, and then also the living cost.
What are your job opportunities after you finish your university?
With aerospace, it's pretty much whatever you want to do. You'd struggle to cross into the civil domain, but aerospace really is a form of mechanical engineering. So you're learning the same principles that you would at mechanical engineering, and that means you can go anywhere from rocketry to like designing some of the ducts that are used in manufacturing plants. You could also look at any form of energy generation. So there's quite a big push here for sustainable energy. So that would be looking at maybe wind turbines if you're focused on aerodynamics, or you could also within the aerospace degree focus more on hydrogen generation.
For civil engineers, we can either choose, if you stay within engineering, a lot of people choose to not stay in engineering. But if you choose to stay in engineering, you can either go down the consultancy route, or you can go down the contractor route. So consultancy is about design. That's about EuRoC standards, and that's kind of a lot more office-based. And then contracting is a lot more site-based. So when you see engineers in high-vis and they're setting out works, that's what the contracting side of things looks like. From an engineering degree, we can also choose to pursue the space sector. Usually in the UK, that looks like pursuing a little bit of more further education, as the University of Bristol degrees aren't set up directly towards space as some other UK universities have. So this looks like educating yourself a little bit more on the space sector, and maybe kind of starting and getting experience in another field that you can then take to the space sector, whether that is in civil engineering and having a better understanding of what construction looks like, in order to then look at, okay, what happens if we're terraforming on the moon, or what happens if we need to set up launch sites. So I would say that there are lots of opportunities. If we're looking at space, then the space industry very much likes to have more experience and knowledge, because it is such an engineering challenge. So to come at it fresh as a graduate can be quite challenging.
Should also add as well, where the space industry is quite immature in the UK. Basically, that means no matter what type of engineering you're doing, you can pretty much go into the space sector. So that makes it really nice, and there's a load of jobs in there at the moment. There's a lot of funding towards it, which makes it quite an exciting prospect.